Hello everybody and good evening to you. Thank you so much for choosing to watch me tonight or catching this on replay. It's so nice always to have people watching along live and to know that there are people out there watching afterwards. And it's always super lovely to have your comments, to know what you think of my makes, and a free thumbs up, always great, and subscribers always welcome. Nice to see you. So today we're going to have a slightly reflective evening, hopefully. I'm going to be stamping something for Easter. And Easter for me is not about bunnies and chicks and chocolate eggs, as lovely as those things are, but it has a more personal meaning to me in my faith. So today I'm going to be stamping a cross shape onto a piece of 12 by 12 sheet of paper. So do chat along, do ask any questions, and we'll see where we go. I'm going to show you probably initially what stamp sets and inks I'm going to use, and we'll go from there, and I'll tell you how I got to the plan for today, and I'm going to welcome everybody if I can get my other device working. So let's turn you around. You've always got to see the ceiling first. Sorry, it's just the way things are. Now, it's not going to plan. I'm going to show you these while I just call myself up on my other device. Wait for the adverts to disappear. Okay, we're in business, almost in business. Oh, you love my ceiling, Ellie, and I love your scissors. Next time I should stick something on the ceiling, shouldn't I? Like a post-it note or something. So when you get to see my ceiling, you get to see like a secret message or something. There's an idea. Right, I'm going to say hello, then we'll get started. Hi, Ellie. Oh, was you the first person? Rosie, nice to see you. Hello, Claire. Hi, Sue and Annie. And we've got Linda squeezing in the door. Joanna, Mindy, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Hello there, Valerie. Wendy in the house. Miss Gina J. Joanna and Shaz, great to see you, Shaz. Sheila B, lovely to see you. Elaine, great to have your company. Cindy, good. Right, these are the stamp sets I'm planning to use. So just bear in mind that some of these are disappearing come May the 5th, I think it is. Is it May the 5th or 4th or 3rd? I don't know. So this one is going, I think. This one's going, this one's staying, this one's staying. I think I've got that right. So I've got Boughs and Blossoms, All Things Fabulous, Forever Fern, and Dragonfly Garden. And because I'm super organised like this, I already know what colours I'm going to use tonight. Poppy Parade, So Saffron, Gorgeous Grape, Pear Pizzazz, Just Jade, Soft Succulent, and Old Olive. Elaine reckons it's May the 3rd is the last day of the catalogue, the last day you can get your hands on those stamps. So I'll just tell you a little story. Actually, I'm going to turn you around again. I'm going to have a cup of tea, and look, I've got half a hot cross bun left. I chopped the edges because I like it. I like a soft cross bun, but then because you can smell it being toasted, I was like, actually, I'll have half. Cut the crust and have some of it toasted. I do a Facebook Live on a Tuesday, and then by the time the evening comes, I'm really terrible, and I don't always plan what I'm going to do in the evening. I feel like I've exhausted my idea. I've had my idea, I've done it on Facebook Live. And sometimes I spend the afternoon trying to think of ideas, and I get ideas or it's not quite what I'm looking for. And it was like that tonight. And I had a few different things knocking around, and nothing was really settling and doing what I wanted it to do. My dear sister Helen, hi Helen, I don't know if you're catching replay, I know you're going to bed, who's out in Zambia at the moment. I was chatting to her because she was calling to speak to me about something. And I said, oh, I'm a bit stuck to know what to do tonight. She said, well, Easter's coming. Have you done anything for Easter? I was like, it's not very soon. She said, it's only 3 weeks away. So I said, no, I've not done anything for Easter yet. And I said, I had this idea of, now, did she come up with the idea or did I? I can't remember. But anyway, through talking to Helen, thank you, Helen, we decided that I'm going to do like a 12 by 12, one sheet, a stamped sheet, but I'm going to do a cross. And I kind of, in my head, knew what I wanted. So there we go. That's the story in Balamori. if you're wondering, let's say hi to the ceiling, everybody. If you, oh come on, press. Sorry. So what was I going to say? Balamori, yes, Balamori was a TV program for kids. Right, back to the serious business. So the only thing I'm going to use, I think, out of Dragonfly Garden is this meadowy stamp here, because I wanted, in fact, I've put the colour back. I used Smoky Slate. Let's add that to the list. I wanted a fairly kind of organic shape of a cross. And I stamped it in this stamp. I was like, yes, I want it to look like that, like a meadow, but not just with one stamp. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So I'm going to use Smoky Slate, but I'm going to stamp off because it's quite a strong grey. And then I'm going to stamp fairly centrally. I will draw in a minute, but I think at the moment you kind of need to see the whole. See that, even then, that's quite a strong colour, but we'll just carry on. So I'm going to extend this up here a bit more. I could have gone a little bit higher actually. Oh, Annie says I could line my ceiling with my creations. That's a nice idea. And I'm going to kind of go in with a 3/4 half stamp here. I think I'm going to go up a little bit. Oh, see, like Helen said, sometimes the rough one comes out better than the real thing. But anyway, we'll carry on. I want to extend up a little bit here, so I'm just going to do another. So I've got my rough shape laid out for me, but I'm now going to stamp over this. I'm hoping it's not too dark. Oh, ceiling twice tonight, what a treat. She's spoiling us. Oh, hi Anna. She says, glad the dragonflies are staying, it's one of her favourites. Hi lovely Glen, Auntie Glen. Nice to see you. Okay, so we're going to go from our cross shape and we're going to add lots of leaves to this. So I'm just going to refer to my cheat sheet and we're going in with, what did I use? Soft succulent. So I'm going to draw you down a bit so you can see a bit more of what's going on. I'm going to use these from Forever Fern. And as you can see, these are kind of multi-directional, which is quite handy for doing this sort of thing, because you might want to go in a different direction. Now it looks as if my soft succulent could do with a bit of re-inking, but that's okay. I'm just going to use it as is and not start adding ink to it at this stage, because I don't want to have some really dark bits and really light bits. And when you start doing this is just the basis of what you are then going to add to. So I know, right? 3 weeks away for Easter. How are we through this year already? I know, I feel the same. It's kind of, it's flown by. And my 11-year-old was saying the same. So for him to say it as well, I just think, cool, it must have gone fast. So I don't want to cover this entire thing in just these leaves, but we are just adding to the basis of what we've got. Okay, do you know what? I'm going to stop there because there's plenty more where that came from. Oh, I like what I see, says Glenna. And I've only just started. I love your faith in me, Glenna. Now, I've seen some Easter cards where it has like the swag over the cross, and I thought I'd incorporate that a little bit into my work tonight, and it represents the garments that Jesus would have worn, that he was stripped of when he was hanging on the cross. So I'm going to kind of, oh, am I using the wrong colour? Never mind. Too late, it wasn't the colour I intended, but sometimes, you know, happy mistakes happen, so I'm going to just want that to be a little bit darker so that it can, there we go, stand out a little bit. So we're going to come in with, Let's do some, I'm going to go old olive. Glenna, you missed my husband telling Ruth it doesn't need dotted. Was that Ruth's videos now? Cindy says, I bought Easter candy for my grandgirls too early. I had to replace it 3 times thus far. I can't resist eating it. Oh, that's funny. So, yeah, fairly organic. I don't want it all sort of more colours coming on this as well. So we're just going to enjoy stamping, go with the flow. Now, when you do this on a rough piece of copy paper, it stamps very differently from when you actually come to work on special paper that you can stamp on. When I say that, this is Stampin' Up's basic white paper, which is like a lovely and smooth surface for stamping on, and it makes all the difference for the ink to kind of sit really beautifully on the surface of the paper. Just got to change the quality, otherwise I look like a hazy mess over there. Hi Jess, nice to see you. Okay, so sorry, this stamp was from, what's it called, All Things Fabulous, and then this is like a smaller version, and they're going to use, that wasn't Pear Pizzazz I just used, was it? I'm getting my colours all muddled tonight. Let's have a look. I think that was Old Olive I just used, so I'm just going to come in with this double twig, stamp a few more leaves. Now, if you are into Bible journaling, I've just started a group on Facebook called Bible Journal with Stampin' Up products. So if you have got Stampin' Up products and you Bible journal, then please feel free to join that group. Now, I've left that deliberately, I can't speak, because I am going to add some flowers in. So there are patches that I'm kind of trying to leave a little bit so that I've got some patches. Okay, I think I'm done with the leaves. I think. Like I need some more. I'm wondering whether to introduce another stamp set. Thinking about this one here. Let's do it because I fancy it. So I might just come in with Smoky Slate, because although you could see a few of those initial flowers, the whole idea is to cover it up so that that's not what you're... Oh, I've got to stamp off. It's quite dark, my grey. I think I've re-inked it recently, so I'm just using the tip of this Berry Versailles to just add a bit more flow to the work. Okay, cool. Yep, hopefully you're getting a good view from that. I'm going to tilt the camera slightly. Oh, that hot cross bun is just eyeing me up over there. I'll have it in a minute. Good morning, Heidi. Okay, let's start thinking about adding some flowers, and I'm going for purple. Helps to symbolise royalty. So we are going to add in, okay, we'll do some, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the stamping and then I'm going to add the twiggy bit in afterwards. So one of my favourite stamps from All Things Fabulous is this one here. I'm going to add that in. You know, you get some of those trees that the like they get entwined in weeds and vines. This is what it reminds me of. I think, sorry, I'm going to draw you back out so you can see properly. And I think I'll just come back in with that Just Jade colour. Oh, no worries, Liz, thank you. Sure, Sue, thank you, Vicky, for putting that link to the group. We're few in number at the moment, but do you know what, there's time. I thought I dipped my finger into the ink then. Right, now I'm going to bring in the stem and add it onto the flowers. Not too precisely because I can't really see what I'm doing. So we're just going to kind of guesstimate. And then this incorporates that green colour in again. Okay, subtly. Have I been doing bubble journals for a while? Yeah, I started a few years ago and I was quite consistent doing it once a month, but I became very lax and I've not done as many since. And so, you know, partly doing this group was hopefully to get me back into doing it again, really. Yeah, that's the idea, Vicky, encourage each other. Excuse me, I'm thirsty. I think my tea was a bit salty. My takeaway. So this is So Saffron. So we'll have the bright yellow for New Life. Quite like the idea of them coming out like little buds. Just have spots of yellows. Well, do join us. Maybe we can, you know, can set ourselves challenges for the month to encourage us to maybe journal on a topic or something like this. And this is something I hope that now I can go and, in a smaller scale, recreate this in my Bible and do something similar to this. What is an art Bible? Bible journaling is where I can show you if you like. You can get specialist Bibles, or you can just do it in a normal Bible, where you have a gap either down the side or all over the page where you can decorate the pages. So these on my Bible, this side is blank, but some people cover the whole page with journaling. But I like just to cover part of the page and then the verse. And it could be on a topic or it could be on a particular Bible verse. So this was an Easter one that I did in 2020. I think, yeah, this was my 2019, there you go. I'm not the world's best Bible journaler, but it's a way of being able to meditate on God's Word and to use my stamps and be creative in a different type of way in a Bible. So these are just a few samples. So I tend to try and stick to the same type of thing when I do my Bible journaling, and that is to use watercolours, stamping, and then writing. So I've got videos on the ones that I've done, so you can check that out in my playlist if you're interested. Okay. And then, so I've done my on the cross. We're going to come in with this. Just going to see if I've got a smaller flower. No, I'm going to go for this flower here, but it'd be quite a bold red, so we're just going to Try and be a little bit strategic as to where it goes. Supposed to be the insert for one of the other flowers, but I might go down a size. Or I could use this sort of bud one, I think would look a bit better. I don't know if they're supposed to be leaves or buds, but we'll just... Tonight you're going to be a bud. Let's try it, see what happens. It's so difficult not to overdo the red, but there we go. I'll just do that, I think. Now, I wonder about grounding it a little bit. Like a grass. Hi, Ruth. Sue loves the red, it's so dramatic. Oh, thank you. Okay, the other thing I want to do is maybe enclose the edges. So maybe just go around, do a bit of dottage. Maybe, yeah, I'm thinking, I wonder whether to do a bit of a... Okay, I think I might do... Now, as Ruth said, when you kind of do red splatters, it can look quite dramatic. So I don't want to go over the top with the red splatter, but I will do some. So this is Dark Poppy Parade. I'm just going to go gentle. I'll not overdo it. Okay, and then I'm going to use a bit of saffron as well. Nice big blobs coming out there, good. Don't forget to sign your one sheet wonder with your special new stamp set. Heidi, Heidi, Heidi. Right, let's get my grey brush. This is where I've got to be careful not to ruin it. Yes, if you look on my playlist to do with Barbara journaling, it explains how I prep my pages. So I put clear gesso, which is like a clear liquid that gives the pages a bit of a tooth, so it can take liquid or water on top of that. It does make it a bit gritty, but it does just help to be able to prepare your page. Oh, ruffling up the edges there. Thank you, Gina. Right, I've gone a bit dark in this corner, but I think by the time I get it framed up, it won't be so dark. I feel like I need to extend it out down here a bit more. And shorten those a little bit. Typical, isn't it? Well, we do what we can. Do what we can. Okay. So I'm wondering... I'm thinking about the stencils. Let's just have a look. I don't want to spoil it. So I'll look if there's anything suitable. No, I don't want it to look too twee. But I'm tempted to do with a clear, like a clear plastic. So yeah, Amazon or anywhere like that sells it. So I just want to see if these would look, what these would look like. So I'm just using a bit of clear plastic from this stamp set. I'm just going to stamp on top of it. I'll have a bit of a guide to see what that would look like. Do you know what? I'm really tempted to do it. I'm going to stamp off twice. Now I've got a soggy page. See my tester now. Okay. I'm just wanting to kind of ground it a little bit. I wonder if I do need to come further down ever so slightly. Oh, hi Helen. There she is. Helen, you're right. The my rough copy seemed to, the shape was a little bit better. So I'm going to just come down a little bit more down here. Try and, to be honest, by the time it's in the frame, you probably won't see it, but it makes a difference to me right now. So I'm just going to extend a little bit down here. Maybe just a tiny bit up here as well, to balance it out a bit. Oh, Esther, my cat Smudge loves your voice. She keeps coming around onto the bed and smoothing the tablet. Hi, Smudgy. Smudge. Just going to extend those a little bit to the ground. There. Right. I think it's time to step away from the one sheet wonder. Heading to bed. It's 10:30 here. Oh, Helen, thanks for popping on. I did mention you. I'm just going to bring this up a little bit more so you can see any detail you may have missed. I'm wondering whether I should actually cut it down and mount it on a bit of grey or something. Let's have a look. Did I use my grey? I've only got the neutrals in the 12 by 12, so or green would work. Yeah, maybe on a bit of green. Let's do that. Thank you, Lisa. Okay, let's cut this down a little bit. Chop off any boo-boos. Clear the decks. And I can have my hot cross bun. Okay, so if that's 12. Let's just do 11.5 initially, just to see. It's probably not going to be enough, is it? Oh no, that looks alright. If it frames alright, I'll go for it. So 11.5. So we'll cut a smidge off this side. Now that I've gone around the edges. And what did I say, 11.5? Oh no, not 11. Whoa, that's not 11.5. Did I say 11.5? I meant 11 3/4. That's close. Oh dear. Thank you, everybody. Shaz is quite getting over the fear. What are you talking about, Shaz? Do very little writing in your Bible. I would be challenging myself to write strict drawing a Bible. I was taught by nuns who are very strict. Ah, that's why I like writing on the side of my journaling rather than writing all over the actual Bible. I mean, some people don't like doing that. You know, they feel as if they're sort of, you know, because it's God's word, as if they're sort of, they don't like the idea of writing over it. That's what I'm saying. And I think, you know, I'd rather see the words in the Bible rather than completely journal over it. So, there we go. I feel like it needs something more. But maybe once it's framed, it'll be all right. If you've got any ideas, let me know. Yeah, it's on a olive, no, not olive, mossy meadow background, I think. And then, so there's a frame by my computer that I can pop it in. Yeah, disrespectful, that's the word, thank you. They might think it's sort of disrespectful to cover it. Yeah, and I think, you know, especially with a Bible journal, you think, oh no, what if I'm going to make mistakes? The whole point of having a journaling Bible is that, you know, it's there for you to do your journaling in. And when I got my Bible, I was like, oh, I don't know where to start. I want it to be perfect. And actually, there's more to it. It's about the process of meditating on what the words say and what the meaning is behind it, and not just doing the journaling. So there's stuff that I've done that I'm not like completely happy with. And it's very different working in a different type of space that you're used to. You're working in a long, narrow, thin space as opposed to a normal card size space. So I'm tempted to take the picture down and to pop it in the frame. I think it's exactly 12 by 12 because I don't want to stick it down unless I know. So there we go. So in hindsight, it would have maybe made these a bit shorter. But that's the thing with hindsight, isn't it? Thanks, everybody. God, half an hour. So there is a verse I do want to journal, and I'll probably do this. I wonder whether I should do another. It needs time to dry. I'm tempted to do my Bible journaling now because it'll be the same as this, but I'll do it in my Bible. I could do that. Stop this video and then go and do it because I keep meaning to do it. So. Thank you for popping the plays. Ruth said, go for it, go for it. So I just need to quickly gesso it. In fact, I can gesso it now with you so that I can show you how I do that. And then I'll stop this video and then I can restart a new one so that I can put it on a separate playlist. So, could somebody look up for me the verse about while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us? That's the verse that I wanted to journal. Oh, this is another one I did. This must have been, this is last year's I did for Easter. So yeah, if somebody can look up that verse and then I'll get my gesso and bits and bobs out. So the other thing that I've got, and I'll show you, is a book called Lettering for the Lord. And I used that last time in my journaling. So this is by the company's Liquidex, and gesso comes in white as well as clear. And I use this sponge brush to apply it onto the page. Excuse me. Thank you, Gina, for sharing it out. Oh, Ellie remembers me doing that one. So could somebody look up that Bible verse for me, please? So in this book, you can trace the verses, but they've also got just words. So if you wanted to put a word in your Bible, thank you, Romans 5 verse 8. You can trace it, you can draw in this, but I want to use it for tracing into my Bible. And you could probably make the letters smaller as well. And then you've got alphabet that you can actually practice doing your letters if you're not so pleased. Will you show us the font of the front? Yeah, it's a new international version, NIV. It's purple. It didn't come with the tabs. I put those in, and there's a video of how I did that. Really super easy, just for quick reference if you want to turn to the pages. Okay. So I'll show you how I gesso it. Oh, 3 times, 4 times the ceiling. So Romans 5, verse 8. Yes, look, I have. Well, yet sinners, Christ died for us. I'm going to have to find another verse. You can maybe turn to the gospel. Put me on the spot now. If somebody's got a verse that's Easter related, you can let me know. So I've done it in Luke. Let's see what we've done. If we've done a bit in Mark. Done a bit in Mark. It doesn't have to be in the New Testament. We could do the other side. Yep. I tend to like to do it on the page that's got the verse. Okay, I'm going to go off and go and find a verse, and then I'll come back because that's easier. I don't like being under pressure, and I don't want to muck it up. So, if you want to join me, I'm going to do a bit of Bible journaling. If you've just joined, this is what I've just stamped, and you can go back and rewatch it. I've not stuck it down because I just want to check that the 12 by 12 sheet will fit into my picture frame. And yes, I will be back. I'll give me about 5 minutes. Hopefully I'll be quicker than that if you want to come back, and I'm going to do some Bible journaling. Okay, so it'll be similar to this but in my Bible. All right, take care. Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye.